Bethia, hi Eleanor. I'm making a video, which I would like to point out is the second video that I have uploaded over the past, couple of months. You made one and haven't uploaded it yet, and I'm really sad that I haven't seen it, so get on that now. Pause the video, in fact, and get on that thing. And secondly, I'd also like to point out that I am in glorious HD right now, and that I am really in focus, or at least I really hope I am. It's kind of hard to tell from a distance. So I was thinking earlier when I was doing the washing up, which is a thrilling way to start the story, I promise you it gets better, is I was thinking about how my life relates to film, in the sort of sense that things happen in films, and they're meant to, a lot of the time it's meant to reflect reality, but at the same time I don't walk out onto the street and see, cars flipped over as an ambulance rolls down this thing in a, action movie-esque way. That's what I would consider quite unrealistic. But in that same way that films are meant to relate to reality, it's weird trying to find ways to compare my life to characters in films. And it's really, really difficult as well. I currently have 3 ways, which I'm going to make into 3 videos and upload every week. And then hopefully have more ideas miraculously from the heavens, but we'll see. Okay, so as I was washing up a spatula that I bought before I moved to uni. Spatula is very important to the story, I'm not just rambling for no reason. But anyway, so I was thinking about Fight Club, which is my favourite film, and if you haven't seen it, you should also stop the video again and go watch that first and then come back. The bit I'm talking about doesn't actually have any spoilers, so that's okay. But it's a bit in which Edward Norton's character even, is walking around his apartment and he's talking about his furniture and how he's really bought into this life of consumerism. And he's saying, he had to have a specific table and the table will appear and then by it there'll be like a little section of text which is, the ridiculous name in Swedish that we can't pronounce, and like the measurements and the height and the description of the objects and stuff. And that happens as he walks around his entire apartment, but he's also talking about how when picking these things, like he has to have it because he feels that it represents a part of him. And I think that's actually something we do with furniture. Don't laugh because I said do, by the way. I know what you're like, Bethia. But, even behind me is a great example because I have film posters because I'm a film student, so in that way they reflect me, but also because I love Harry Potter and I love Iron Man. So I guess they're, representations of me because they're things I enjoy, but also because of stuff that I do. So I make film. Or I try to anyway. But on a more ridiculous level, I probably think is the best way to phrase this, is that when I was buying said spatula, there were 3 colour options for it. So there was purple, there was red, and there was green, I think. But there wasn't blue, which for me was a moment of like, okay, there's not blue, which is how the whole thing got started, because blue is my favourite colour, so I would automatically go for something that's blue. But then my second favourite colour is green, and then I like purple as well, and red's nice, but I don't have a lot of red things. So I actually, for a minute, had a moment of like, okay, so which one do I pick? And I put a moment of thought into it, which is weird. My mum comes over a couple of seconds later and says, what's the matter, why are you taking so long? Can we get on with this now? And I turn around and rather pretentiously say to her, oh, I'm trying to find the one that best represents my personality. Earning me a weird look from the shop assistant who's just down the aisle. But my mum laughs and I laugh because I said it mostly as a joke. But at the same time, it maybe wasn't a joke. Because I was still deliberating in my head over which colour I would like the most. And I'm not really sure where this is going at this point. There's probably not much of a conclusion. All I can really say is I bought a red one. So read into my personality, however you will. So yeah, that's how my life links to that film specifically. I hope you're doing well. Bethia, I know you probably won't see this because you're in foreign parts. Have fun with that. Bring me back an elephant, please. Like an actual live elephant that I can put in my uni room because I feel like that's the best idea I've ever had. And Eleanor, good luck with all your exams. I'm sure I'll see you soon anyway, but for now, goodbye.